Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. Good work so far. He's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
I'll tell you what, this quarterback will sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Prescott opening with a pass. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And he has this down to the 34. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Yeah! Here we go!
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he gets him around 6 there. Cooper DeJean with the stop.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Dak now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Completed to his running back. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Delivers another one to Williams. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Yeah!
Give to Williams from the gun. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Quite the drive they've had, Brock, but they're up against it. 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go. Hey, kill! Hey, kill!
Prescott here from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-zip. Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. He starts starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, second down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Here's another carry for Barkley. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from the deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
They'll indeed go for this. It's Hurts. And this one winds up incomplete. They took their shot at extending the series, but it's going to be a new possession when we resume play. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead.
Here we go, go to 54, go to, here we go, 46. Hey, kill. 47.
First down, here's Dak. Finds him on the crossing route. And nothing to speak of after that catch as the completion gets him down to the 21. They get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys go up by 12. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys bump the lead up to 13 points. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. First and 10 from the 32. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes out to the left. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Connects on the crosser. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles start to fight back with their first points of this game. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Big gain downfield. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. It's a 29-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, here we go. Right, check. 5-8. Done. Then we're going to 53. Then we're going to 54. Wide.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys grow their lead just before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys bump the lead up to 13 points.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Bigsby with the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Hey, 73, 73.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
30-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Hurts now from the gun. He finds Dotson left side. And he's out in the clear. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
One touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10.
Wide eight. Here we go, going to 54. Wide eight. What do you think?
From the gun is Prescott. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Yeah, here we go. Wide eight. Hey, kill. 20.
Dak to the air here. Down the field, he's got Lamb. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
Everybody kill. Everybody. Wide up.
To throw is Prescott. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive.
Great. Set. Anyway,
On 1st down, Hurts. And pass caught by Johnson. The 30. Gets the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles tie it just before halftime. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? That one right down the middle. And the Eagles take the lead on that successful kick. Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Turpin with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 26.
To throw, Prescott. Finds the in route, complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. We get a timeout, 8 seconds remaining before halftime.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Then we're going to 53.
1st and 10, here's Prescott. Lamb has another one. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Throwing here just before halftime. Into the hands of Pickett. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Whistles, and the offense just sneaks in that timeout. And they're going to get a chance to put up points as a result before halftime. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Aubrey puts it through, and they've taken back the lead. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
On the return, the Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10. Third quarter's going to start with a run by Barkley. This is ahead for about 5. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And an Eagles first down.
Dive play straight ahead. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this third down.
Trimmer.
Throw here, third down. He finds Brown right side. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Incomplete. Donovan Wilson on the coverage.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
First and 10, here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up second down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Here's second and 10 from the 21. Hurts throwing again. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Dumps it off to his running back. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Tolbert now to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, take the line, hey. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide in. Here we go to 54, wide in.
Another run for Williams. No one's around him. He's got space. Along the sideline past midfield. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yeah! Here we go, kill. Wide in.
1st down, here's Dak. That's completed right side. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. A gain of 26 yards there. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Go, get out there.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, here we go. Wide in. 47. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott set to pass. That's incomplete on 2nd down. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
47. Yeah, here we go. Wide in. Here we go, going to 54, wide in. 26.
He's back to throw. Can't convert on 3rd. That's to the ground and incomplete.
Dave, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
Then we're going to 53.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 4th quarter lead. George Pickens the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
The extra point wouldn't do much for them, so they're going to go for 2 and try to make this a field goal game.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott to throw once more. They did it! He made the interception! Cooper to Gene in to pick it off. It's a foot race. 40. Into the red zone. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back.
30. Cowboys 29.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Bigsby with the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
63. Don't touch that.
They'll start this one out with Barkley. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4. They go to Barkley again. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Barkley trying this up the gut. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on 1st down. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world. But
And they got there in time. He's taken down. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
Kate, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Barkley off the pistol give. Cuts right. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get some all-important insurance. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles grow their lead to 8. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Defense offense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say you can't play fast, but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Turpin with a return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go, 40. Here we go. 20, kick.
Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Has him on the quick hitter. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running.
Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 30.
First and 10, Prescott. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Dak now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it's going to be second down.
Yeah!
Dak throwing again. That's Pickens with the catch outright. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
12 yards. That's another Cowboys.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes